Well, hello everybody and welcome to LBL, Lunch Break Live. Real talk about obesity, food obsession, recovery, and what's really eating you. I am Cari Cruz, and on today's show, my viewers are amazing. You guys are incredible, and I think you need to hear about it today. But before I go there, you should know who I am. I say this at the top of every show. I am a 2007 gastric bypass post-op, living life in recovery from obesity and compulsive overeating as twice the woman in half the body. I am also a recovery strategist, so-called, because I try to find strategies to get from point A to point B as efficiently as possible in life, okay? So that's why I do what I do. That's why I'm here, and hopefully that is why you guys listen to me. But who are you? Why are you here? Who are you? Let me take a look at that for just a moment. Let's see who was brave enough to show up. Regina, you're showing up first for me, right there at the top of the list. And Luis, welcome, welcome. And let's see here. Cindy, welcome. Hi, I'm so glad you made it. And Bonnie and Mama, thank you for being here, Mom. My mom pointed out that I was, what was the word? Hyper? I think that's the word you used, a little bit hyper. You should, you know what, compare me to my brother, okay? Greg, I am like nowhere near hyper compared to him, Mom. So I'm just saying. All right. Your Facebook is acting wonky. Oh dear, gosh. Well, go out and come back in, Mama. Mary Kay, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And Nancy, oh, I'm so happy to see you guys. You guys, you bring me such joy. You make my heart want to explode. I'm serious. You are amazing, and there is no possible way that I could ever express to you how grateful I am for your support and your love. Hi, Diana. Welcome all the way from New Zealand. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So listen, here's what I want to know. I'm so glad you guys are here, as you know, but I want to know, I got to put it out there. It's like the elephant in the room, please. Who watched Live from the 405 this morning? Who here joined me for Live on the 405? And even if you're watching this on demand, that's okay. You can just leave me a thumbs up or a comment. Did you happen to catch it this morning? All right. Live from the 405. That's what it's really called, not on. Although I was on the 405. All right. Jimbo, hey, welcome. Come on in. And Yadelis, hi, how are you? So glad you're here. You watched Mary Kay. Right on. All right. Here's my question. Who thought I was ready to jump off a cliff? Did any of you think I was ready? Hi, Susan. Welcome. I'm asking if you saw Live from the 405. Who thought I was ready to jump off a cliff? I mean, let's be honest about it, right? Yeah, let's see. You watched. All right. Right on. So, you know. All right. A few of you guys are laughing. Yeah, you're laughing, right? Because you know me, right? Okay, well, you guys should know that if you're not from Southern California, this is completely foreign. If you are from Southern California, many of you are, like Susan, for example. I know you are, and Mama, and people like that, okay? Then you know what it's like to drive in Southern California traffic. It would make anyone want to jump off a cliff every single day, whether I'm talking to my phone, which is hands-free, you know, hanging from the windshield or not, whatever. But here's the thing. That's why I usually listen to music or like talk to my mom on the phone, right? Because, oh, and you guys, now, see, from the car, because I'm a multitasker, really, and it doesn't, anyway, I know some of you guys were freaked out by that, but here's the bottom line. Here's what I've learned. You can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time, and for me, sometimes I can't please anybody any of the time, but that's rare. But if that is my goal, to please people, then I have a lot more recovery work to do anyway, because my job is not to be pleasing to others. Let me rephrase that. My job is not to please others, which is to say, to do things that would please them, to compromise myself, to be a control freak and say, will this please you? Will this make you happy? Let me change what I'm doing. That's what I used to do, a people pleaser, and that's really, really unhealthy, and that's not what recovery looks like on me. So I get it. I'm a firebrand. Oh, baby, I'm a lightning rod. I get that completely. I say things that people do not always like in ways that people don't always want to hear. I'm really clear about that. And sometimes I'm misunderstood. Sometimes I miss the mark. Sometimes I hit it out of the park. Yes, I love those days. And I do understand that my energy level can be confounding to some people sometimes. Absolutely. I am high energy, especially to my daughter. let me just tell you, this has been a long-running sort of discussion in my house, is that I am very high energy from the moment I get out of bed in the morning. And my daughter's like, crank it down a notch, Mom. Just crank it down a notch, all right? A notch, because some of us have not had 47 cups of coffee yet, and you're just a little bit much, okay? So I get it. I am very, very high energy, and this is something I used to be mortified about, by the way. When I was in therapy, I would talk to the therapist and say, I am mortified because I have all of this, what I called nervous energy, right? And then it occurred to me, well, it's energy. It's energy. Okay. Is that a bad thing? Well, I don't know. I mean, I have to be responsible for it. I'm very clear about that fact, but I am very energetic, and that is my natural kind of default setting state. I'm a fart on a skillet. You've heard me say that before, but my Grandpa Lee used to say that. I'm a fart on a skillet, and I am extremely animated, of course, because if I were boring, you guys wouldn't want to watch the show, right? I mean, I have to make funny faces and stuff like that. It's what I do. Pretty much, here's what I'm thinking, okay? People are really hard-pressed to miss what it is that I'm trying to say, what I'm thinking, or what I'm feeling, because I do not hide it, ever, especially on this show, or in the car. I put it all out there, completely all out there, and guess what? Once it's out, I cannot take it back. I cannot undo it. You cannot unsee it. You cannot unhear it. I can't oh my Lord, right? So I better, be mindful of what it is that I'm saying, and I do. I pray really, really hard, before I say things. Realizing, of course, that I am the human, I'm in front of what it is that hopefully I think God wants me to share, and every once in a while I can get in the way. So I'm acutely aware of that. But I do pray about it all the time to make sure that what I'm saying is not about me. All right? It used to be about me, but I let that one go a long time ago. Now, I do understand that there are some people who are freaked out that I talk and drive. I'm really, really aware of that. Very, very important. I wrote this out because I need to tell you. I do that every day when I talk on the phone with my mom. And in this case, the funny thing is, if you guys are talking, I don't even hear you. See, at least I hear my mom. But when I'm talking to my phone, I don't even hear what you guys are saying. So really, that takes less attention, I think. But anyway, but I also know that some of you do get freaked out by my intensity and my frustration, and that can be interpreted as anger. I'm very aware of that. Now, if you grew up in a house where anger turned to violence, that can be very, very scary. And you may not like my tone because that reminds you of something scary. Well, I don't want to scare you. I don't want to scare anyone. That is not my goal. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop telling the truth. Of course I'm going to keep telling the truth. That's hopefully why you guys tune in. As I understand it, the truth as I understand it, it's always going to be run through the filter of Cari. But what I'm bringing to you is my experience. Okay, that's why it is that I'm qualified to talk about this, because this is what I have experienced. This is what I believe to be the truth. This is what I've learned. This is what has helped me. It may not be so for you, but that is my truth anyway. So that brings me to my next thought. This show is not for everyone. I am acutely aware of that as well. This show is not for everyone. But how would you know if you don't watch it? That was the source of my frustration this morning. You see, when you guys find it, not everybody, some people just move along. They're like, move along, show's over, nothing to see here. I get that. Some people are like, no, I don't like her. You know what? I don't like what she says. I don't agree with her. I don't like the way she says it, and I don't like her hair. That happens, all right? I get that. But some of you, many of you, as a matter of fact, have commented to me that you wish you had learned about it earlier. You're like, oh my gosh, you've been doing this for a year out here? And I'm like, come to think of it, I've been doing it for 8 years, okay? So that is the source of my frustration. This is not like I just started this yesterday. This is an 8-year journey for me to get the message of truth and hope and help out there. Recovery, it's so helpful. It helps people, right? So that's my frustration. I want people to get the chance to hear the message. That's all. That's all. And I feel like, okay, I'm passionate about this stuff, and I do understand that passion can be misinterpreted and it can be misused. Heat of passion, right? Crimes of passion, right? I get it. Passion is very, very high energy, and I do have a great deal of passion about it because I feel so strongly about it, and I want it so desperately for you. And I realize I can't do it for anybody. I can't make anybody want it, but I want you to be aware of it. And I feel like, sometimes I feel like I'm on the Titanic. Okay. All right. And the Titanic would be represented by people that have like bariatric surgery and expect it to cure their obesity, all right? Ship's going down if you don't do something about it. And I feel like the guy up there, like, iceberg, right ahead, and meanwhile, everybody out there is like on the deck, playing Nearer to Thee, Oh God, or Nearer, Oh God, to Thee. I never know what the name of that song, what is it? Nearer to Thee, Oh God, Yeah, as the Titanic sinks. And I'm like, no, stop. No, the orchestra, get the orchestra off. Come on, I got to talk to you guys about the lifeboats. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. But see, really, I want to get ahead of that. I want to be before you ever see an iceberg, before you even need a lifeboat. That's what I want. I don't want to have to warn you about that. I want to say, just, you know what? We don't ever have to hit an iceberg. We don't. If you just go with me here on, all right, let's just go this way. Let's just avoid the iceberg. That's how I feel. And I get very, oh God, I'm getting animated and worked up again. Calm down, calm down. Calm down. All right, so the subject of today's lunch live on the 405, which was supposed to be a promo for Lunch Break Live, which it kind of turned out to be. I called the chat uh-oh. Uh-oh. And very few things follow that phrase that aren't a little bit concerning. Let's be honest, right? Most people don't say, uh-oh, great news. Yeah, that doesn't usually happen. So true to form, I was concerned. I was concerned about the quality and the content of support that is available in the online world. I am not alone, but even if I were alone, that is how I feel about it, all right? But this is super important. I know of several unbelievably good groups out there that are run by unbelievably knowledgeable and compassionate people. And I'm just going to name a few of them right now because I need you to know that there are some great people doing great work out there. Top of the list here, Laura Van Tile. She's been doing it for so much longer than I have. You know, she's like 15 years post-op, okay? And she is so dedicated, and she cares about everyone in her support group, bringing them the truth, helping them, supporting them in every conceivable way. So Laura Van Tile, she's up in the Pacific Northwest. Kathy Mitchell and Melissa Smith down here, they're out in Harupa Valley, Riverside area. Amazing people, and all of the people, Susan McCloskey, and all of the people that support them in their support of others. Amazing support going on there. Really understand that this is the whole person, right? The physical, the mental, the emotional, and spiritual components. That's what obesity affects. They understand the realities of food obsession and food addiction, all right? Also, I'm talking about Justin and Carla and Karen. Okay, Karen, with a C, not a K, who began the Southern California SoCal Surgery Brothers and Sisters group. And that's kind of a coming together of lots of groups in Southern California. And they do their very best to bring vital, meaningful, balanced information that's going to help people on their journey. So there are a lot of people out there doing really, really good work. And I know there are a ton more that I'm not even thinking about here, but that's why they start playing the music on the Oscars, because they want you to cut it short, wrap it up, get off the stage, all right? So if I'm not saying your name, it's not that I don't think you're doing good work. It's just these are the people that came to mind when I thought of superb, stellar support group leaders, people who offer support, because they're living it. They are living it. They are walking the walk and talking the talk, okay? They are, and that matters. I want to believe that you're doing what it is that you're telling me to do, all right? So these people are doing it, and they are amazing. So they seem to be in the minority, though. They just do. I mean, based on what I see, all right? I live in a small world, okay? Maybe I'm not seeing it all, clearly. That's what frustrates me, though, see? Because I think they should be in the majority, not the minority, but it never seems to work out that way. The work they're doing needs to get heard. It needs to get out there, right? More people need to know the work that they're doing, and I think the recovery work that we're doing here also needs to be heard. And that, again, is the source of my frustration. So let me just say this. This is like so important. I want you guys to know this. I feel unbelievably supported by all of you guys. That is a fact that is not in doubt. So often you guys will come to me, but I support you. And I so appreciate that. I so appreciate that fact that you guys defend me. You know, you go out there and you share me, and you set me straight, and you give me information and things, food for thought and things to think about. You guys are amazing. You constantly amaze me with your generous words, sharing the program, updating me with your healing and your progress, your journeys, your struggles. It's amazing. It's like enormously gratifying. It's a gift. It is a treasure beyond compare. It is a jewel, a gem of great price. I mean, seriously, you guys, that is what sustains me, is your support, your generous support, okay? That's not why I was frustrated this morning. It wasn't because of the people that watch and view and help me to be a better version of myself. My frustration is for the people that don't know about this, that don't know this information is out there. And you know what? If they can get it from somebody else, great. Absolutely. It's not about me. It's not about get my show out there because it's all about me. It's not about that. at all. It's about this message of recovery. You know, it needs to get heard because it would save so many people. I also want to say this, and this is really super important. I'm going to read it. I want to say thank you to some especially well-timed and quite godly words from a few of you. I understand that this is out of my hands, this work that I'm doing here, and my job is really just to show up and share the message of recovery with love and compassion and firmness and maybe a little less frustration. That's where I get in the way, right there. And so I want to ask you guys to please forgive me for letting you down. Please forgive me for letting you down because I got in the way. My frustration got in the way of the work of recovery. I ask your forgiveness because, and this is not about perfection. This is not about me saying I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's not it at all. That's often an excuse that people make. That's not it at all. And I know you don't think I'm perfect either. All right? But here's what I want for us. I want us to move onward and forward in our recovery journeys. And I don't want people to be freaked out unnecessary, needlessly because of my tone. So I will do a much better job of maintaining my energy level and frustration. And I will channel that into doing good work with you guys. And just know that, you know, I hope it's not misguided, you know, that passion that I have. And maybe it was just, it didn't come out in quite the way that I would hope. So thank you guys for your endless support and your love. I feel it so very strongly from the phone, you know, coming through right now. I feel it really strongly coming from you guys. And my only purpose is to be of service to you, all right? I want to share what it is that I've learned that has given me freedom, has given me peace, you know, has given me meaning and purpose in my life, where I never believed I would find it. You know, somebody asked if I'm better off than I was, you know, 10 years ago or whatever. I am, but not just because I weigh less. That's really not even it at all. It's because by getting my obesity, by being able to manage my obesity, I began to realize that my obesity wasn't the problem, and that I had the courage and the energy, boy, a lot of energy, to focus on and deal with the things that really matter in life, the things that I talk about on this show every day, the things that ate me up, that I overfed, to deal with the things like shame, the inability to forgive myself, the desire to control others, the fear, you know, that that people wouldn't like me, and that I couldn't be humble because humble would mean people would steamroll me, or that I wouldn't be valued, that I would lie to myself to make myself feel better, that I manipulated people, that my depression got the better of me. All of the things that I talk about every single day on this show. And you know what? I am really abundantly clear. This is not for everybody. This level of work, this kind of stuff that we're doing here is not for everybody. Not everybody likes it. And for those people that, you know, this doesn't connect with, that's okay. That's okay. I hope that doesn't mean that you think I need to stop doing what I'm doing just because what I'm doing isn't benefiting you. Because I want to keep doing what I'm doing because I really believe it benefits me. And I know that it benefits you guys out there that let me know it benefits you. So thank you guys so very, very much. I am going to go back here and just see what you guys are saying real quickly because I got a few minutes. And, you know, just thank you as ever for listening, for sharing your time. You guys are just so generous. You are remarkable, remarkable people. And I hope for those of you that doubt it, someday you will believe you are as remarkable as I know you are. That is my wish for you, that you will believe you are as valuable and worthy as I know you are. I don't believe it. I know it to be true because we are all these amazing creations. And as my grandpa used to say, God don't make no junk. You guys are amazing people. And I hope one day for any of you who doubt it, that you will one day see in yourselves the people that I see in you. All right? That's just as honest as I can possibly be. All right, then. Let's see, where was I? So Regina was at the doctor. Honey, you don't need to go back and watch it. Mama watched, and she showed up anyway. And Nancy watched my live from the 405 and Yadelis. And hi, Susan. I said hi to you earlier. Saw a brief clip. You looked like you wanted to go back to bed. Oh, dear. Oh dear. Well, that is not the kind of thing that people want to hear every day. You know what? You should have just climbed back into bed and not wasted your makeup on this day. I washed my hair. Does that matter? Eek! Yeah, well, that's me getting in the way of the message, isn't it? You're such a people pleaser and you wish you weren't. You know, we can work on that, Mary Kay. Hey, I was a people pleaser too, and then I realized what that was all about. I mean, that was all about me. I couldn't please myself, you know, and I was putting that on other people going, you know, oh, I just want to please others, and then that will please me. Not at all. It had nothing to do with that. So if you just stick around with me, and I've done a lot of shows on this, and we'll talk about it, we'll work through it little by little, you'll be able to let go of that because you'll realize that is not about them at all. That is about you, and that when you let it go, oh my gosh, your shoulders, you know, you'll be able to relax. There'll be such a lightness and such a weight and a pressure off your back when you realize, I don't need to carry that stuff around anymore. I just need to be the best version of myself. That's all. Because you know what? Even when we're the best version of ourselves, people won't like us. Even when we're doing our best work, people won't like us. There are many, many people out there that just don't like me. No matter what I do, you know, no matter what I do, they just don't like me. And you know what? That's okay. That is okay. Okay. And so soon enough, I hope that you will come to that place, Mary Kay, that you will say, you know what? It's okay. I just need to be the best version of me. And that is where my peace lives. My peace lives there. That's what I wish for you. All right. Hi, Cindy. I'm so glad you're here. And Marie, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Hello, sunshine. Right on back. Christy, I haven't seen you in a while. So glad you're here. And Teresa, I haven't seen you in a while either. Keep it real, don't change. Well, you know what? Even if I wanted to change, I'm pretty sure I couldn't. Not when it comes to that. Not when it comes to, I mean, I got like 50 years of experience with this energy level, but I can change when it is that I'm getting in the way of the message and I'm harming, you know, the message. If I'm stepping on it and getting in the way so that it's not getting through to people because they are offended by me. Not that what I'm saying is offensive, okay? Because some people are just going to be offended. But if I am being offensive because I've gotten in the way of the message, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing it right, all right? So that's where the humility comes in that says, all right, get out of the way, Cari. All right, get out of the way. You're getting a little bit too worked up or something. I'm going to work on that. And I do ask for your prayers and your support so that I can continue to focus on the work at hand here, which is recovery for all of us, all right? Peace is not about frustration, is it? Those two things cannot reside together. All right. And let's see, Donna. Hi, Donna. I feel like you're a newer viewer for me. Are you a newer viewer? I feel like you are. Perhaps you've watched on demand. I'm not really sure. Boy, what a day you picked to join if you're new. Oh, boy. You might want to go back and watch some of the other shows. I mean, never mind. That would be people-pleasing. And you know what? Hopefully you like it and you come back. All right. Angela. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. All right there. You are a human and we don't expect you to be perfect or without some frustration from time to time. Well, thank you, Susan. You know, but maybe I should have gone back to bed. I'm just totally kidding. Just totally messing with you. I didn't have a choice. I had to go. I had to come to work. Oh, and my friend, JC is here. Hi, how are you, my friend? I haven't seen you in a while. All right. Mary Kay, thank you so very much, Guru. Oh, I can't take that. I can't take that on. I'm just me. And Ray, hi, I haven't seen you in a while. So I hope my energy is contagious and not infectious. Anyway, let's see here. I'm glad you soak it up and pass it on. And that's really all I want is I just want that positivity. I just want that positivity. And thank you guys for really defending me. You do. You guys are just remarkable. I feel so well cared for and protected. I really do. That's keep on being a fart on a skillet. Yes, ma'am, Regina, I will. You want a little of what I have? Yeah, well, you can have some. There's plenty to spare, evidently. All right, you guys, listen. I don't want to just read like, quote, compliments. I don't want to be all about that. You know what I mean? It's sweet and it is very kind of you. But really, I'm owning my part of any crap that no, let me rephrase that. I'm owning my part of the crap that I put out there. Clearly it was crap because some people were offended, they were put off, they were taken aback, and they misinterpreted what I said. So that is, whose fault is that? I'm going to say that's my fault. So I did not deliver the message the way that it needed to be delivered. For if I had, those people would not have been scared. They wouldn't have been freaked out. They probably wouldn't have been angry. Although we know there's still going to be angry, freaked out people. You know, but I got to own my part of it. So less frustration, because we want more peace, right? So thank you guys as ever for being here. This is a journey. You know, what you're seeing in front of you every single day is raw humanity. Absolutely. It is courage, you know, to say, yeah, this is a day I should have gone back to bed. There are some days where I say, I don't even want to be seen today. I look so bad, but I just say it's not about me and it's not about how I look. It's about the gift of recovery, the message of hope, the healing power of these messages, these things that you guys aren't even aware are eating you up inside and you're feeding. That is the reason that I show up every single day. And I am very grateful for the privilege to be able to spend this time with you. So I'm going to sign off and remind you all to have courage, seek peace, embrace joy, and above all, live your recovery. Remember, you can't stop feeding what's eating you if you don't know what's eating you. Share the show, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.